What is a company that you would advise people not to buy products from and why? Fashion Nova. They have been known to take your money and not send the product you ordered. They will do deals and email you back saying that item is not in stock. When you ask for a refund they will give you store credit instead. Happened to me. Never ever heard from them about my refund. Luckily it was under $15 but still. Comcast can suck my non-existent balls. Not many of you might need a water heater anytime soon, but absolutely do not call affordable water heaters and plumbing in Southern California. These guys are grade A crooks. A guy came over last Friday to check the leaking water heater at my parents' place. Was told right away that it needed to be replaced and was quoted $3.20 K. After telling them no thanks, they further lowered their estimate to $1.90 K and $1.40 K. When I told them I'll just pay the $99 service call fee, they took my credit card and guess what? The ducking criminals charged me $1.40 K instead of $99 by mistake. LMAO. Had my bank charge back them of course, but the whole experience was a real eye-opener. If a company ever does something like this, I charge back the whole amount. I'm not paying you that service fee after you accidentally charged me that much. Hearts Ultra Guard. It's a flea oil for cats and dogs. I bought some at the pet store when my cat got a flea infestation years ago. Immediately upon opening, the scent burned my eyes. I put it on anyways and kept an eye on her. She started acting lethargic and eyes watering. I ended up reading some negative reviews online where people's pets died from this shit. I immediately pulled the plug and gave my cat an aggressive bath. Stuff wasn't on her more than 20-25 minutes, but I still kept an eye on her the rest of the night. After washing out with an hour-long bath and good comb through with Dawn dish soap, she was much better and I ended up going with a different brand I bought online called Cheristin. After a bit more research and some less than fruitful attempts with baths and flea bombs, vowed never to buy Hearts again and to warn anyone about it I could. So glad that your cat was okay in the end. My mother-in-law is a vet tech and she says the only flea med to use is Advantage. She's had too many stories of cats and dogs die as a result of other brands of flea med. Here is Australia. I'm pissed about grilled. I used to love grilled burgers. Won't eat there anymore. They are complete dunce to staff and franchisees. I knew something was up a couple of years ago. My daughter, whilst at uni, got a casual job there. They insisted on signing her up to a traineeship for a certain something or other. She already had it. Oh. They said let's do the next level up. She wasn't interested. She's already studying. But it was condition of employment. Every single employee was a trainee of some sort. So they could then pay trainee rates to all staff. She had 3 trainee managers in 8 weeks and the turnover was huge because people got hired then pushed down to a trainee rate at $5.06 below normal rate. Recently, along with other restaurants who are underpaying staff being caught, they've been caught doing even worse to the very people who brought franchises. What a surprise. Dodgy grilled. I used to work there. Literally everything that is being said in the media reports is true. In my round of hires, 7 newbies were hired at the restaurant. At the end of 6 months, I was the only one there and we had already had 3-4 groups of new hires. Terrible pay. Bad morale. Awful management. Ugh. Hearts Pet Products. Literally can and will injure and kill your pets. Edit. Man, this got some traction. The danger isn't even just to the flea drops, but also the toys and treats. Hearts Victims Org. There are petitions on Change.org and many Facebook groups. Sucks? Yes. My parents' old cat had a bad seizure from their flea treatment. He was extremely dumb afterward. We think it may have cooked his brain somehow. Loot Crate. Go to the Loot Crate subreddit. Company is in chapter 11. They can't ship their items to customers. I signed up for a subscription in May. I received my May package in September. And then nothing. That's a grand total of 1 package I've received from them. I wish I had researched before signing up. People can't even get their refunds half the time. And even people who have successfully cancelled are still getting packages. Absolute nightmare of a company. Edit. Sub. r/loot crate. Who would have thought give $20 bucks a month and we'll send you a box of crap we can't sell anywhere else would not be a sustainable business model. Herbalife. I hate Herbalife cause a few weeks ago they basically shipped their whole ducking army of gullible slaves to my city and it made work. Customer service unbearable. UGG. UGG is a generic term in Australia much like t-shirt. They've been produced by small businesses in Australia for decades but some jerk copyrighted the name in the US and it was later bought by Deckers. Now Deckers sues any Australian maker of Uggs who sells them outside Australia and have a whole campaign pretending they invented them. They even have the audacity to claim other makers of Uggs are selling counterfeit product. Yeah. This gets on my goat as well. While I absolutely detest Ugg boots, they're ducking Australian to the point of being an iconic bit of Australian fashion. Don't know how the copyright trademark was allowed to stand with the proof they were created and existed yonks before in Aus. Epson. I have never felt such hatred for an inanimate object as I have for Epson's printers. For years I had Epson printers and they infuriated me. I finally spent more upfront for a Brother laser printer and it has been smooth sailing since. I was able to get a 2-pack of toner for cheap and it's been years since I have had to worry about running out of ink. Mr. Tire. An auto repair chain. Not sure how far their reach is in the USA. They legit stole my car. I went in to have a fuel line repaired. They quoted me almost $2,000 for something that basically needs a band-aid. I said I'd take my business elsewhere. They told me my car was no longer road legal and they'd call the police if I drove it out of the parking lot. I was 16 and confused. So I left it with orders that no work be done on it. Later that day, me and my dad went and stole it back from their back gravel lot. They'd even managed to figure out the power window on the driver's side didn't roll back up and had duct taped a trash bag over it. All you had to do was press the button a certain way. My distrust in mechanics nowadays is the only one stronger than my distrust in dentists. I've found chains are one of the worst places to go to. My mechanic is on a street next to the train yard. A street where hookers are standing on corners day and night. But he does good work. He's honest. And he's told me that if something is wrong with my car to bring it in even when I don't have the money and I can just pay in installments when I do. And if he can't fix your problem, he doesn't charge you a damn thing. I recommend everybody I know to him. Any pyramid scheme product or company. Duck you Herbalife. Wish. It's pretty obvious why. They sell products for very low prices. Which means very low quality. But I can get 6 crack pipes for $1. Sadly. True Nutrition. They have a great custom protein app and I had done business with them without any problems for over a year. I don't know why they've suddenly decided to stop being a reputable company and start robbing people. But 2 of my last 3 shipments from them never arrived. I gave them a break the first time, even when I requested a refund for the creatine I'd ordered and never got it. This time, I'm done. Enjoy my $50. A-holes. Hope it was worth losing my business forever. Adobe. Shit has gone downhill. Not the products themselves, but the distribution and customer service is ducking horrendous. What do you recommend using instead? Smile Direct Club or any of these at-home aligners. Yes, they are inexpensive, but they can duck up your teeth. I am a pediatric dentist, but I have many friends who are orthodontists and are seeing some real horror stories when patients come in looking for help after SDC has messed up badly. The problem is, SDC sues people into silence, and you have to sign some form saying you won't sue them when you start. So not enough people know about it. Wait. Please go on. Avid. I use Pro Tools every day for work. Duck Avid. They are industry standard and are therefore able to get away with prohibitive prices, compatibility wackery, and horrendous customer service. When it comes to audio, avoid it if you can help it. Agreed. Duck Avid. Spectrum. Terrible customer service and a constantly rising bill. Insert name of every major cable company. Terrible customer service and a constantly rising bill. I'm currently at war with Cox. Any MLM. Pyramid schemes suck. Examples. Avon, Mary Kay, doTERRA, etc. MLMs prey on the weak-minded and rob people blind. I would never support them by buying their products. Most are grossly overpriced anyways. Herbalife is the annoying weed in my area. Same with Ebon. I know way too many people who are selling those products. American Home Shield. 100% this. Realtor tossed this in to make the sale. Our dishwasher wasn't performing. Ours sent some clown out. They didn't have the part and needed to order it. 3 months later, after we finally replaced the appliance, they called and said the part was in. Numerous times. Eat a bag of dongwisher soap. Nestle. One of the most evil companies in the world. So goddamn hard to avoid all their affiliated products yo. Hard to even remember them all. Kat Von D makeup. I boycott her for being a proud anti-vax. She's also anti-Semitic. A real winner that one. Welp, I guess it's back to making my own everything after reading this thread. Eddie Bauer. My dad had his identity stolen in the late 90s and the person racked up over 1k in debt with Eddie Bauer. They also racked up several much more debt and the companies could either go after the guy or just write off the debt. Eddie Bauer was made aware of the situation and decided to not go after the perp. Instead of writing off the debt, Eddie Bauer would occasionally call and harass my dad about the debt. They had called on the day of my dad's funeral in 2003. I could never forgive a company for harassing a victim and for the heartache they caused my mom. I'm more impressed they kept that up when forwarded a police report. That's straight up harassment. For your information, I recently found an app called Boycott where you can select causes you believe in and the app has a growing database of companies that are for or against those causes. You scan the barcode of products and it'll tell you who sells that product and if they are for, against or NA about the causes you support. They even have references for why a company is on the naughty list and what they would expect that company to do before they can get off the naughty list. With contact information and reference info. I'd recommend checking it out if you're interested in boycotting the companies people are listing off. A lot of them are on the app. Thanks poster below. The app is called Boycott. Another good resource for clothing is Good On You. It provides ratings for the social, environmental, and animal impacts of thousands of companies. Wafer ordered a greenhouse kit. It arrived late. And they tried to claim twice that it had been delivered when it wasn't. Well, it arrives. They unpack it. I open it up and find that most of the glass is broken. I call them. They say they'll bring replacements. 2 weeks later, I get my new greenhouse kit. This one not only has broken glass, but it's missing a bunch of pieces. So we try again. This time it takes them 3 weeks. And what they delivered was also broken and missing pieces. I finally call them and say, look, you guys, I'm done. Give me my damn money back. I can't keep buying broken shit. They then tell me that I'm past the deadline for getting a refund. I literally never got a functional greenhouse kit. I contacted the state of Maine to file a formal complaint. And was informed that I was but one of many. And that at least I wasn't one of those poor suckers who got a new mattress crawling with bed bugs. Look it up. It's a huge issue with Waferer. TLDR. Wafer can suck my shriveled old raisins. Are you talking about Wafer? Yeah, I bought a rug from then and it's shedding like me cats lol. We only kept it because the cats love it. Some local car dealerships think that hollering at you in their ads will make you rush over and buy a car or truck. I will never buy from a company who has an irritating commercial. Don't holler at me. Nobody likes that. I once told my brother to put back a product in the store and get the other brand. He asked why. I told him I couldn't stand their obnoxious commercial. A lady in the aisle with us just laughed. She knew exactly what I meant. If your company has to shout and jump up the volume on my TV, then I will mute you and make a note to never buy that product. Nobody likes being hollered at. Duck you Baltimore. If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars. American Airlines. Horrific customer service. Frequently lost bags. Last time they actually stole things out of my bag, and apparently that's common with them. So I'm getting that all airlines can screw guy. Just gonna take the train to Europe from DC. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can watch together.